Now, a simple search on Google can lead to thousands of responses, right? So how can you make your business stand out from the crowd? Let's ask an expert. We have Jonathan Shapiro. He's the chief executive of Media Wiz. No, it's not a food. Media Wiz helps companies attain high visibility online. Its clients include the Home Depot, Gap, NASCAR, as well as Puma. Welcome to Taking Stock. Good to have you with us.
Pimm, good to be here.
So what is Media Wiz? What kind of business is this?
So Media Wiz is an online performance marketing agency. And like traditional agencies, we are helping our clients advertise more effectively, but we have a very specific mission. We're trying to help our clients acquire customers more profitably.
And does this mean things like keyword searches, because you can buy certain keywords? I remember during the spill in the Gulf of Mexico, BP apparently had bought up various versions of BP because they wanted to direct people to their sites.
So it can mean search words. What we like to say at Media Wiz is shift happens. And what's happening in the advertising world is the audience is shifting away from traditional media and moving more to digital. An interesting statistic, I think last year, according to eMarketer, 4 hours on average was spent online or in front of digital media, whereas TV was on average getting about 3 hours per day. So the audience is shifting. When the audience shifts, marketers have to find that audience, so they have to shift along and follow them. And online, that means search, display advertising, email, and increasingly new forms of media, social media, mobile, apps. It's a fairly complex environment, but if you navigate it well, they're great opportunities.
So a company comes to you and says, look, we've got this great product or this great service, but we're not sure that we're reaching the right people online. Help us do that. What would be some of the things that you would be able to provide? Lists of people that have filled in certain types of personal information that would then correlate to perhaps those interests?
Well, it could be that. More typically, what we do is we build a portfolio of media. And we try to find the portions of that portfolio that are going to perform best for the advertiser. So an example would be DeVry, who yesterday actually was one of the S&P stars. Their stock's doing very well.
DeVry is the for-profit education service.
Absolutely. And they're trying to find new students, enroll new students. So what we'll do is we'll build a portfolio of email and search terms and display ads, and we will try and drive that audience to their website. And when they get to the website, we'll try and help configure it so that they're responsive. The potential student will ask DeVry for more information. They may actually make a call into the DeVry call center and start a conversation. Once DeVry starts that conversation, they're actually pretty skilled at translating the conversation into an enrollment. And so our job at Media Wiz is to help them start that conversation. And we use all types of online media to do it.
So does, in the traditional sales world, this would be what? Creating qualified prospects. I mean,
Absolutely.
You want to find people that at least are interested. You don't want to be matching, education for DeVry, for example, with, 5-year-olds.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it. Traditional advertising, when we think of it, it's really creating the market, creating demand. Performance advertising, what we do at Media Wiz, is trying to capture market share. So we are trying to find the in-market audience, so the in-market audience for DeVry's educational services, and bring them to DeVry.
Is it expensive for companies to do, or do they pay per result? How do they measure the success?
Well, this is one of the great features of performance marketing. They pay per action. So they pay per the action that they know can translate well into a sale. So following the DeVry example, DeVry can pay us for an inbound call into their call center. Now here's the beauty of it. DeVry knows with statistical reliability that for every, let's say, 100 calls, they're going to enroll one student. Well, if the cost to drive a call into their call center is $5, let's say, they know that enrolling a student costs them $500. 1 out of every 100 is going to enroll. That's an incredibly profitable position for them to be in. Well, at Media Wiz, our job is to ensure that we drive the call for their threshold, that $5 in this example, or less. What their job is to take that call and make sure they do a good job with the conversation to convert it. But if all that lines up, they essentially can blow away their budgets. There is no budget. They know with statistical reliability that for every call they pay for, they're going to make a profit, so they can afford to take as many calls as we can drive them, as long as it's a qualified audience, as long as they're paying $5 per call, as long as their sales process works as effectively as the 1 in every 100. They know they can spend and be profitable with that spend, get a positive ROI on that marketing investment on a repeatable basis.
Do you have statistical data that shows that certain businesses are more successful using different types of online media, whether it be social media, whether it be email marketing? Or is that kind of detailed analysis available?
It is, but it tends to take the form of being individualized for each client. So DeVry is going to be different than Home Depot, which is going to be different than American Laser Centers. It differs by client. So that's why what you want to do if you're going to try and take advantage of performance marketing is you want an expert organization to help you navigate those waters. Because what you're going to do is you're going to optimize the portfolio. You are going to test numbers of different things, search, email, display.
And then you have them put the dollars behind whatever is going to work, rather than just spreading it all around.
Exactly. Once it's working and once you've got that repeatability, statistical reliability, you pour the dollars into that.
Is there any kind of sort of circle that is created as a result of this, where the success then breeds other success in that same medium?
Individually, I would say we take a lot of learning. So we have hundreds of clients, and that success, when we have success, for example, in a search campaign where we're able to broaden out a search portfolio, we understand the levers there, and we can take that learning to other clients.
I want to thank you very much, Jonathan, coming to us from Media Wiz.